Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'd like to talk about self-publishing. Now, if you, like me, have always wanted to produce a paperback of a hobby or interest, then hopefully these next few minutes I'll guide you through the process from start to finish of producing an A5 spiral bound, lay flat, self-published paperback. So, first thing we start off with is an idea. This may seem a generalism, but you really need to focus and make that idea, make it into a book, not just a widespread encyclopedia of everything you know about everything in the world. So, finding that idea initially and focusing on a single topic is a starting point. And as we know, all major journeys start with a single step. So once you've had the idea for the paperback, you're off and running. Here we go. The idea for my paperback was a carp fishing book, but I'm sure we can adapt this technique to any topic that you may have. So bear with me if you're not a fisherman. If you are a fisherman, you may well have heard things that I talk about before on fishing or on YouTube or Facebook, whatever. So bear with me and let's get down to the nitty-gritty of producing that self-published paperback. Format. In my instance, I wanted the paperback to be A5 landscape spiral bound colour plates on a matte finished paper. I wanted it to lay flat for when people are reading it. I wanted it to have colour plates to illustrate the text. So I decided right from the early outset, to have the majority of two sides. The left would be text and the right would be a colour plate. If there was more text, then it would fill both sides. But in the main, I achieved my objective of colour plates, high-res photos and text on the left-hand side. The book ended up 80 pages and I produced it on a word processor, part of the Microsoft Office package. The printing company I approached, and I'll put the details in the comments and descriptions box. The company I approached would accept the document as either a Word document or a PDF. I don't like PDFs, so it was an easy choice. I went for a Word document. Now, once I decided on A5 and portrait being out of the question, it was pretty simple to visualise photos on the colour plates, not within the text, although they could be. So that was high-res photos in a landscape format and plenty of room for the text on each left-hand page. So A5 format, 80 pages, full colour, because once you decide to have colour plates, the complete book becomes full colour. The audience for the book hopefully was fellow carp fishermen. And the marketing, that would be along the lines of a website, YouTube, Facebook personal page, and joining Facebook groups. The website with a counter so I can keep tabs on who's visiting the page, to try and establish which of my marketing plans is achieving the most hits on the website. YouTube, well, we're watching YouTube now, so that's an obvious choice. Within each YouTube video I would have an advert that would take people to my website where they would find details of the book. Facebook, I decided to finally join Facebook and have a personal page. Luckily, there was a number of people who had already approached me, so I accepted those friendship requests, and I felt it gave my presence a bit more credibility, because I wanted it to show people that I was sincere, honest, and gain credibility for my paperback. The Facebook groups, this is a slow burner. I've been members of groups on the internet before, and it takes a long time to build a presence, an internet presence. But once you do build that, people trust you, trust what you say, and who knows, they might be the target audience. So that's my marketing. You notice I haven't mentioned shops or paid adverts, because I think that's a whole different video. So I would like this self-publishing and self-marketing to be the core of this video. Once I'd chosen the printing company, they sent me this lovely book of samples. It was spiral bound, and although it was portrait, it gave me an idea of the lay flat approach. It's full of papers, types, so you've got a really good idea of what to expect of your chosen medium. So this company, and again I'll mention them in the description, absolutely first class from start to finish, from sending out this sample book to accepting online submission of files, to assessing those same files, send you a report. You then adopt any changes that they suggest. Certainly follow their guidelines for things like margins and bleed of full page prints. All new printing processes, wording, but it's fun and it's enjoyable learning the styles. So once you've picked your papers, the fonts, the style, and obviously a quote for the printing costs, you submit your file. Well, I may have jumped ahead of myself saying submit it. We haven't written it at this point. So the trusty old laptop, a decent camera for high-res photos. I must stress at this point, the better the photos, the better the quality your book will finish up. You want it to turn out to looking as professional as possible, so I'm afraid you're going to have to either invest in a decent camera, or if you've already got one, great, use it and submit the large files that will make up your document. In my instance it was 80 pages. It wasn't 40 text and 40 colour plates, but there was quite a number of colour plates. So it was quite a large file, but the process of uploading it to their server for assessment was painless, absolutely straightforward. You end up sending 3 files. A front cover graphic, a rear cover graphic, and the content for inside the book. So you send files for assessment, then you amend any changes that they suggest, and they're only going to suggest things like margins. They have a list, a criteria, they're very professional, but they wouldn't suggest at any point changing the wording, the grammar, the syntax, whatever you want to call it. They wouldn't suggest it. The content is yours. Once you've to and froed this file to a point where it passes all their scrutiny, you would receive a proof copy, a single copy Now this is going to be exactly what your book will look like, so take great care, however excited you are, and scrutinise it. I, for instance, made a last minute change and included a QR code in the rear cover. This was easily accommodated by them, absolutely no problem at all. It did extend the process slightly, but that was my amendment, so I accepted that. Once you OK the proof copy and any subsequent proof copies, you'll probably receive as a PDF file rather than a hard copy, which I can see the point of that. You're only looking at the changes and not the overall feel of the book. So when the proof came, the PDF copy, I flipped through the book online in the PDF file, went to the rear cover, saw the QR code was attached, tried to calm down the excitement of seeing my finished book, emailed them that I accepted the proof, made the final payment, and then sat back and waited. 7 to 10 days later, you'll receive packs of your books. These precious copies are all ready to go. I intend to post them out in these card envelopes, and in the UK it turns out that 180-page paperback in a cardboard envelope needs 2 first-class stamps. So that's the total package. All set, waiting for buyers to go to my website, click on the Buy Now link. I use PayPal, have it done for many years, and I could talk in detail about building websites and what you want on a website, but that's possibly a future video. So as the proud owner of a self-published book, I now plan to market it through my website with a Buy Now PayPal link. Anybody going to the website can read about the book, about me as the author. They can see example pages. There's a number of frequently asked questions. There's a link to my YouTube channel, a link to my Facebook, and an email link for questions. Here's my YouTube channel, which, as you might guess, I check regularly to see what hits I've had, what statistics. Similarly, a Facebook page where I can test adverts, post adverts. If anybody's searching for my presence on the internet, at least there's something that gives them a guide to who I am, what I'm about. I certainly want to assure them that I'm legitimate. So I hope that helps you in deciding how and if you should produce a self-published book. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.